Hi, now let's look at this question here on rates and conversions. So we are given that a tank has a capacity of 1,000 liters. So let me draw that tank here. Okay, and two taps, tap A and B, can be used to fill up this particular tank. So let me just draw a simple tap here. Okay, so this is tap A and a different color here for tab B. Okay, so both these tabs are used to fill up the tank at different times. Okay, so this question has a few parts, so let's do it step by step. So in part A, okay, we are told that if tab A supplies water to the tank at a rate of X liters per minute, write down an expression for the time taken. So the time taken, okay, for tab A will be given as the total volume over the rate. So 1,000 liters over the rate, which is X liters per minute. So that is the time taken for tab A to completely fill up the tank. Okay, so again, this unit will be in minutes here. Let's look at part B. So part B is similar, except that now we are only looking at tab B alone. So tab B supplies water to the tank alone. And we are given this information that tab B supplies water at a rate that is 20 liters per minute faster than tab A. Okay, so for tab B is the same 1,000 liters that you need to supply, except that the rate is 20 minutes faster than tab A. So tab A's rate is X, so this is X plus 20. Okay, so that is those are the answers for part A and part B. Now let's look at part C. So in part C, we are given that the difference between the time taken for tab A and tab B is 1 hour. Okay, and we're supposed to form an expression in terms of X. Okay, that reduces to this. Okay, so let's look at how we can do it. So since we are given that the difference between the time for tab A and tab B is 1 hour, so that information itself gives us the basis for the equation. Okay, so let me scroll this a bit. Okay, and we can see that right now here, part C, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that the time difference taken between tab A and the time and tab B is equals to 1 hour, and 1 hour is 60 minutes. Okay, so since everything is given in minutes, the 1 hour you also need to convert to minutes. Okay, so this is 1,000 over X, subtract 1,000 over X plus 20 will give me 60. Okay, so when you have equations where with several fractions, okay, one way of solving it is to make both sides a single fraction. Okay, so once your left hand side has a single fraction, your right hand side has a single fraction, then you can cross multiply. Okay, so let's do that now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine it to a single fraction here, X into X plus 20. So 1,000 X into X plus 20 divided by X, I get X plus 20, subtract 1,000, this term divided by this, remaining is X, so multiply X equals to 60. So this is a fraction, a single fraction, and this is also a fraction, correct? Because a whole number by itself is equivalent to that number divided by 1. Okay, so once you get this, you can do a cross multiply. Okay, so what do I get? I get 1,000 into X plus 20 subtract 1,000x equals to 60 X plus 20 here. Okay, so let me expand this. 1,000x plus 20,000 minus 1,000x is equals to 60. Okay, open up this square bracket, whatever is inside the square bracket first. So x squared plus 20x. Okay, so what are the simplification I can do? I see that this is a plus 1,000x and this is a minus 1,000x. So this and this will cancel off. So what is left is 20,000 on this side equals to Let me open up the square bracket now. 60x squared plus 60 into 20 is 1200x. Okay. So let me rewrite it a bit to make the x squared term on the left hand side. So I'm just going to swap things around so it looks a bit nicer to see. Okay, and now I bring the constant term over to the left hand side. Okay, so this is my current equation, and if I look back at my question, what I want is to show that it reduces to this term over here. Okay, so you can see that the numerator of x squared is 3. Okay, that's what I want. So if I do a divided by 20, then I'll get 3. So 60 divided by 20, I get 3x squared plus 1200 divided by 20, I'll get 60x minus 20,000 divided by 20, I'll get 1000. Okay, 3x squared plus 60x minus 1000, and that is the equation that is shown here. Okay, so you have proven it. Okay, so that is your answer. Okay, so usually when you ask you to prove it, you must once you have reached that stage, you must state that you have proven it. Okay, so that is the steps for part C. Okay, so let's look at part D. So in part D, we are supposed to solve this. So this is a quadratic equation, correct? What you have just solved is a quadratic equation, giving your answer correct to 2 decimal places. Okay, so let's do that now. So in part D, I have this equation 3x squared plus 60x minus 1000 equals to 0. So this is a quadratic equation. Okay, so quadratic because the highest power here is a 2. Okay, so when the highest power in the equation is 2, then you say it's a quadratic equation. To solve quadratic equations, there are a few methods. You may know about the cross method in school. But in this case, if you look at the question, they said that the answer must be in 2 decimal places. Okay, so once you know that the answer is going to be in decimal places, one of the easiest ways is to straight away use your quadratic formula to solve it. So the quadratic formula basically is represented by the general form that says ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. So if you do a mapping, you get a equals to 3, b is equals to 60, and c is equals to minus 1000. So I put that into my general equation. X equals to minus b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Okay, and that will give me minus 60 plus minus square root 60 square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Okay, so you can punch that into your calculator, and what you will get is you will get 2 answers because of the plus minus here. So you get 10.8167 and negative 30.8167. Okay, and you are told to give the answer in 2 decimal places, so it becomes 10.82. Okay, because you need to round out. So this is the second decimal place. So since this number, the third decimal place is greater than or equal to 5, then this position here has to be incremented by 1. Same thing over here, so you get negative 30.82. Okay, so these are the 2 answers for your part D. Okay, so let's go on to the last part of this, where we are told that if tab A and tab B are both turned on together to fill the tank. So now we're going to turn on both of them together. Okay, when it's empty, what is the time that it will take, okay, for the tank to be completely filled? Okay, so to solve this, basically, we know that we still have the same 1000 liters to fill up, but now both tab A and tab B are going to be on at the same time. So I have tab A, which is x, filling up at the rate of x, together with tab B, which is x plus 20. So that is the total time that it will take. Okay, so now earlier we saw that x has two values, this and this. Okay, obviously this has to be the correct answer in this case because x is talking about the rate at which water is filling up in a tank, so it has to be a positive number. Okay, so you know that this is the answer you must choose. So putting that in, I get 1000 over 10.82 plus 10.82 plus 20. Okay, and I put, so I get 1000 over 10, 40.82, and that will round off and give me an answer of 24 minutes. Okay, so when both tab A and tab B are on together, okay, I will complete filling up the whole tank in 24 minutes. So that is about it. So it's a long question. So this is a long question, but as you can see, systematically, if you do it step by step, you will be able to solve all the answers. Okay, and of course, in the exam and the test, you should always go back and check to see that all your working is correct. Okay, before deciding to